Hello. I am live. I forgot to start up Ace Attorney because I'm stupid. Don't mind me. Hello, Justin. I'm here to help. Thank God. Nah, you're just more excited for chat. Probably. In all honesty. And like always, for some reason, Ace Attorney has to fucking explode my eardrums. Hello, Jelly. Justin. We only have one viewer. Gosh damn it. No, wait, no, no. Okay. Alright. I also added a post to the community on the freaking community posts on the YouTube channels. My Patreon is finally set up. I have a disclaimer along with the link in the description. I will say it once and I will say it again. I don't want no Karens, Sharons, or Lindas clogging up my freaking emails or text messages or calls or anything like that with the, oh, how could you let innocent children view this content? It's so bad. I don't care. It is not my responsibility to make sure that your kids are not off watching them damn henties again. Okay, it's not my responsibility to make sure that they're not out here looking at Nicki Minaj's Anaconda videos. That's not my problem. I'm just throwing that out there right now, because I'm not dealing with it. Now the question is, will this be the peak of your annoyance, or will Larry stop that? No. No. Because if something stinks, it's normally the butts. Court will now reconvene. Miss Von Karma, where's the witness? During the break, a man was detained for suspicious behavior in the gallery. Suspicious behavior? He was sketching something very intensely. Dare I ask what the witness was sketching when he was detained? He drew a terrifying woman armed with a demonic face and a vicious whip. That sounds like you. I can only presume that his intention was to capture your... Anyway, it's time to drag this pathetic excuse for an artist before the court. Brother. Just call him Larry, damn it. His name is Larry. Damn it, Larry. I love how every time Larry pops up on screen, everyone has the same reaction of, ah, fuck. In fairness, she wouldn't know that. In fairness, someone should have told her. that his last name was Butts, and that he's a frickin' idiot. He has the intelligence of a box of rocks. I hope you're ready to get in here. It would seem that Whip is going to see plenty more use today. I love that Edgeworth is just kind of like, I am so ready to be done with this. Your sketch is in contempt of this court. Hey, I was just artistically— Ow! You tried to run away from the bailiff who was trying to hand you your subpoena, correct? Look, I'm nothing but a fledgling artist training out in the mountains. I'm only down here in the city because I ran out of green paint. Well, to use the technical term for the color, viridian. Alright, hold up. I would actually laugh if it's not green. I know I clicked off. I'm very sorry, guys. Hold on. Let me close that. Jesus. Let's see what... Okay, it is green. I was about to cry if it was like a shade of pink. No, it's green. There we go. So never mind, Larry was right. I don't care about Pantene. But yeah, it's green. Larry, this isn't an art store now, is it? I know, I graduated junior high, okay? Look, art is all about working in the fields, isn't it? Working in the fields? I presume he wanted to say field work. I hope. That's it. Thanks, buddy. Larry, it's kind of sad that I was able to understand his mangled train wreck of a sentence. 5 subs away from 600. 600. You know, like Viridian Forest. I could have assumed that, but genuinely, I wanted to actually check and make sure Larry knew that it was green. Because I would have cried if he said it and, like, the Viridian he meant was pink. Because I've genuinely never heard of the most feared statement that may come from Von Karma. Edgeworth, do you know this man? Well, you see, what had happened was this little shit took my lunch money. And then one of my friends got blamed for it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Oh shit. Wait. I almost forgot. I don't have Twitch chat up on my phone. I don't think there's anyone in here, but... Well, my Twitch stream is not loading, and I can't figure out why. Or at least the chat portion of it won't. I just happened to stop in here and found a wonderful new model. So see, I've got nothing to do with this trial at all. I expect all of your faces to be red when you realize this big mistake. Bright red. Or, to use a technical term, Crimson Lake. Ouch. Stop your pathetic blabbing and testify like a man. Refrain from whipping me, Miss Von Karma. Cross-whipping is as bad as cross-checking. Witness! That was all your fault. Testify now. This is too much for me. Haven't you been to court, like, 3 times now? This being your 3rd? I think. Was at that lodge out in the mountains, looking up at the stars that night. I walked to the bridge a number of times, but I didn't see any snowmobile. I didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either. The girl I was waiting for didn't show up. My teacher died on me. I'm all alone now. Aren't I edgy? Bro, I'm not gonna lie, if I was Edgeworth, I would have gone up there and smacked the shit out of him. Oh yeah, but in fairness, whips are new. Hello. Hello, Jelly. Witness, please refrain from talking directly to the lawyers during your testimony. I'm just a nobody, nothing but a small, worthless man, aren't I? And why wasn't I asked for my name and occupation or anything else? Mr. Edgeworth, this man seems to have quite a severe inferiority complex. He's recently been the cause of numerous incidents. I think he's finally realized for himself just how much of a nuisance he has been to other people. Yeah, that's right, I'm behind everything, every case. Watch out, okay? Just touching me will make you eternally unhappy. Well then, let us proceed with the cross-examination with no touching, thank you. We can delve into other details at a later time. I feel like it shouldn't have to be specified that there doesn't need to be touching during a cross-examination. Is the only canon straight character in the game. Was at the lodge out in the mountains. Looking up at the stars that night. I walked to the bridge a number of times, but I didn't see a snowmobile. I didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either. You didn't meet anyone. That's right, because I've got nothing to do with this. And I'm just here to buy some Viridian paint, okay? Come on, I expect to see those Crimson Lake faces now. It would appear that simply pressing him is not going to be enough, Mr. Edgeworth. Indeed. Seems that he's going to claim to have nothing to do with this to the end. I don't want this guy to cost us any more time. We need to slice through his obvious contradictions and keep things moving along. I was about to say... I walked to the bridge a number of times. I didn't see a snowmobile. I didn't see anyone at the bridge. Bullshit. You saw... Phoenix! Butts! I love how Butts is the only thing that causes Dog Scratch to get here. It's him or Gumshoe. No other character will summon Dog Scratch, it's only those two. Apparently, if you show attractive male profiles to Larry, he will respond with something along the lines of, "Sorry, dude, I tried, but I'm not into guys." Damn. Damn. Larry Butts, I can understand why you might want to throw your old life away. Gross. You're pretty pathetic, and you cause all sorts of trouble. I'm sorry. But, having realized just how much of a nuisance you have been, that could be considered a step in the right direction. Edgy, are you trying to console me? It certainly doesn't sound that way to me. However, I feel like Edgeworth consoling you would be, like, the most backhanded compliment ever. Yes, I love that scene. So I have an affinity for stupid himbos. What of it? You also have an affinity for Gumshoe's weenies, brother. I cannot forgive you for simply turning away from the incidents you create. Look in attorney memes. Oh god. What did you guys send me? Let me turn that off. What did you... What did you dinguses send me this time? But the thing is, I just don't have any interest in men. What if there was a show where every character was gay and you had the token straight guy character who acted really stereotypical and was into cars, beers, and women, and everyone was like, "Oh, straight Larry, you're so funny and straight." Gosh damn it. Alright. You're back. Wow, you're totally pinning this on me. Now then, let us talk about the night of the murder. Sister Bikini, after seeing the murder take place, asked Phoenix Wright to report it. Thus, he headed for the public phone by the bridge. There, he happened to cross a certain nefarious individual. You, Larry Butts. That's right, me, in the flesh. Listen carefully, witness. It doesn't matter if you change your name, so long as you remain pretty pathetic. You will continue to cause these incidents. That reality will not change. But... What do you want me to do then? Larry, what you need to change is your inner self, but for now, what you saw last night testifying truthfully about this one issue is all I need from you. Oh god, he's thinking. Guys, it's thinking. Why is it thinking? It's not supposed to think. I love the honesty. It's not supposed to think, guys. Edgy, I think I've finally woken up. Well, I guess I could still be sleeping. But anyway, I'll do it. I'll testify. Well, I'm not sure this will go especially well. I'll ask again then, witness. What did you see on the night of the murder? What I saw. Part 2. Went to the shack at around 9, so it would have been about 10:30 p.m. Was lying under my bedding when a white flash almost blinded me. I looked out the window and Dusky Bridge was on fire. There was still some thunder, but I went right away to check it out. That's when I ran into Nick. You certainly saw quite a lot, didn't you? So, what happened to the bridge after it caught on fire? It was like me after a 3-day stint chasing a girl. Totally burnout. Like, almost totally gone. I mean, trying to cross the burning remains was what caused Nick to fall. What did you say? Oh, don't worry, it's nothing life-threatening. He just caught a cold. I never know with that man if he should be called lucky or unlucky. Now, Mr. Edgeworth, please commence your cross-examination. Don't worry, the idiot is not dead, he is merely sick. Went to the shack at around 9, so it would have been 10:30. I was lying under my bedding, a white flash almost blinded me. Looked out the window and Dusky Bridge was on fire. Still some thunder, but I went right away to check it out. Don't worry, he didn't die. I'm going right over to kill him after this trial. I thought that Francisco was actually concerned for Phoenix. Press that. You said right away, but exactly how long after the strike was that? The lightning fell, and the bridge caught on fire. Maybe around 5 minutes? I mean, I suddenly thought, gotta go check this out. How far is this small shack you were in from the bridge? Hold on. Well, it had pretty much stopped snowing. Guess about a 5-minute walk? And how did Dusky Bridge look when you got there? Like I had recovered a piece of my childhood. I mean, not even the bonfires kids make during school camping trips can compare. Well, should I press him for a little more info? Why didn't you call anyone if you were up there? Larry, let me ask you one thing. What is it, Edgy? What's with the serious face? Why didn't you call anyone? Huh? What do you mean? Normally, when faced with a towering inferno, one would try and tell someone. There is a public phone right by Dusky Bridge, correct? Well, of course, I thought of doing that. So then, let's hear why you didn't. Huh? Yeah, okay, a reason. My reason? It isn't that I didn't try to tell anyone. I just didn't have time to, okay? I arrived at the bridge and Nick showed up less than a minute later. Wait a minute. That doesn't make sense. Seven to 10:50, 10 to 11. Lightning struck the bridge at 10:45. 30 minutes passed between the fire starting and going out. Yeah, so that's fucking bullshit. Yeah, we're playing as Edgeworth. Hello. Your very existence being a contradiction. I'm not sure if you can grasp this or not. What? I'll be right back, chat. I gotta go do a thing real quick. Alright. I am back. What has been going on? Francisco's actually concerned for Phoenix, but... Butts is different, though. Weather data proves it. Do a thing alive and come back alive. We all love to see hetero edgelord and kinky whip lady in the same room. It's just the ultimate blunt rotation. With their powers combined, they are dysfunctional roommates. Yes. This non is really good. Hello, Justin. Hello, everyone. I'm back. I love that you can tell they wanted to put what the hell. What the hell, Edgy? You make me sound like some sort of alien. But your testimony is conclusively contradictory. The problem here is time. Never been the best timekeeper, you know? Yes. Okay. Why?
Did you tell them about the escape artist today?
Hang on. Okay. My model did a stroke. Okay, what?
Did you tell them about the escape artist today?
No, I figured you could regale them.
No, you're gonna tell them. Because I'm still mad about it. And if I'm still mad about it, I'm like, start shit talking.
It's a cat.
Tell them.
Okay, chat. Long story short, one of our cats, Pixel, decided that he was going to escape. He escaped through the window by pushing out the screen. We thought we had secured the screen. But it turns out we were wrong. So he goes bolting and climbs up a tree. But then he gets scared that he climbed the tree. He is also scared that he is outside.
Did you tell him that I had to climb through the window?
Yes. Captain put on some boots, because it's a little muddy, so he put on his cowboy boots and his basketball shorts with a t-shirt on and yeeted himself out the window to go and catch this cat. Me, on the other hand, I ran out the front door and I saw him starting to run towards the road, and I was like, oh shit. So I bolt in my jammies. No boulder holder, so they're just like, hit me in the face, right? Anyways, so I'm bolting. My slides almost come off, and I'm almost running in the mud. And here comes Captain around the corner with Pixel. I am actually laughing right now. With Pixel screaming. Just straight up, nah, nah, fucking screaming his little head off because he didn't want to be outside. But he wanted outside in the first place. So we bring him back in, and he just gives us this face of, oh, I'm home. This is fine now. And it's like, no, it's not fine. Wash the cat of its sins. I was really tempted. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was really tempted to dunk him in the dog's water.
Yeah, he's standing out the door. He just heard you say that shit. That's fucking hilarious.
Hi, Pixel. Did you escape today? Did you realize that touching grass was not for you? Did you realize that the outside world is very dangerous? You found a piece of paper under a door.
I didn't even realize, but he cut my hand up pretty good, too.
Yeah.
See how red that bitch is?
Yeah, I see.
Ow.
It's the fact that he climbed the tree. Out of everything he could have done when he went outside, most cats go outside and they just freeze. Like if they're indoor cats. Pixel.
That's only diagnosed you with criminal.
Marshmallow also jumped out the window, but he sat there on top of the grass and was just kind of like, wait a minute. This isn't right.
He just let me pick him up.
Yeah,
bring him back inside.
He just kind of sat there after jumping out the window and was just like, huh. Well, this was very anticlimactic.
And we only figured out, I say we, I was the one who discovered it because of one person.
Actually, an animal.
Well, an animal, I called him. Rooster. He stuck his big head out the window looking at him, and that's how I figured out that they escaped.
Yeah, so Rooster is like sitting up, looking out the window, and we see him poke his head downward and look down at Marshmallow, who's looking back up at him, like, I don't think this was supposed to happen. Meanwhile, Rooster just has this reaction of like, you mean to tell me that all the times I had to shit, I could have just jumped through this window? What?
Well, there you go, chat. There was the story of the escape artist cats.
Yes. So Pixel is now diagnosed criminal. Marshmallow is diagnosed
Stupid. He didn't even attempt to run.
He is diagnosed yesn't.
And Rooster is diagnosed
Revelation. Okay. Model, can you, like, stop having strokes, please? Maybe it's because I have this too far high. Let me try that. Alright. See if that helps. We have to put them on trial when Phoenix gets better. Oh, Lord. 30 minutes after Billy leaves on foot, you follow him on your bicycle. How long does it take for you to catch up with him? Terrible at those. This is much more simple. You saw the lightning strike at Dusky Bridge, and immediately went to see what had happened. Is this correct? Yeah. Well, I wasted about 5 minutes at first, but more or less. I have the weather data from the night of the murder here. According to this, the lightning fell at 10:45 p.m. You say it takes less than 5 minutes from the shack to Dusky Bridge. Meaning you probably got there at around 11 p.m. That all sounds right, I guess. And then Nick showed up and did his falling act. Larry, you ignorant slut! That is impossible! What do you mean? 11 p.m. is when the murder occurred in Hazakura Temple. Thus, Wright was still there in the courtyard. There is no way that Larry could have encountered him at Dusky Bridge at that time. Gasp. Ah, excuse me, I have an objection? You do? Angie, how many times do I have to say this? I'm not Larry, I'm Loris. It has not been proven that the murder occurred at 11 p.m. The sister only said around 11. In which case, it could have been earlier than that. Watch your footing there, Miss Francisca von Karma. The slope ahead is slippery. For there is still no way that Wright could have been at Dusky Bridge at 11 p.m. And why not? It is clearly written here in the weather data report. It took around 30 minutes for the bridge to burn out. Therefore, the bridge must have been burning until at least 11:15. Which means what exactly? Wright did not see the bridge while it was being consumed by the flames that night. In fact, he did not arrive on the scene until after the flames had died down. Larry, you arrived at the bridge at 11 p.m., but Wright did not make it there until at least 11:15. I suggest you stop hiding things and just tell us the whole truth, now then. What happened during those missing 15 minutes? I feel like I just got brutally woken up by a toilet splashback. I guess I was still sleeping after all. Model. But my brain juices flow better. So there was a missing 15 minutes prior to meeting Phoenix Wright. I hardly see that as much of a problem. Yeah, not much of a problem at all. Larry, shut the fuck up. Really? The bridge is burning before your eyes, and there is a phone right next to it. Why, then, did you not report the accident? Yes, witness, why didn't you? Were you there simply to watch the bridge burn? And therein lies the problem, for even after the bridge had burnt out, he was still there. Staring into space, this witness didn't even attempt to fulfill his civic duty. That's what it sounds like. Ah, but this is Larry we are talking about, and even he is incapable of being so stupid. I say that with leniency, because my god, he is only as smart as a box of fucking rocks. Pinch me, whips him. Ow! It's not what I asked for. Well, quite frankly, I don't want to touch you. You seem filthy. Which means there has to be a reason for his inaction. Larry. Larry, be honest with us. Were you masturbating? Did you have a skimpy magazine? Frost, little more artistic, please. Larry. Okay, fine. Larry, were you choking your chicken? Is that what you were doing? Is that why you didn't immediately run over there? Were you, as the youths say, were you beating your meat? Were you trying to paint your own Mona Lisa? I mean a more artistic reason. Oh. I thought you meant in the way I said the sentence. Damn. Edgy. I think it's about time I got serious with you, dude. Just as I thought. You've been playing with us all this time. Listen. I'm going to tell you everything. Are you sure you want to hear it all? Yes? I may really say it this time, everything. Ah! Then say it! Very well, I have a terribly bad feeling about this, however. Let's have the witness finally give us the whole truth. Now, for this 15-minute gap. What were you doing, witness? It's better like this, though. Insert dick joke here. Missing 15 minutes. Larry. Larry. No one cares. Okay. I'm a doozynim. I'm an artist. What do you think I was doing? Sketching in front of the bridge. I was whipped up into a frenzy of art. The shock and awe that I was feeling, I transferred it all directly onto the page. Before I realized it, the flames had gone out, and then he came running up. I suppose artists can be strange folk. That's right. I'm willing to sacrifice everything in order to draw the perfect sketch. Including the truth from the sound of it. Mr. Edgeworth, has this removed the last of your doubts? Not at all, Your Honor. One very large doubt still remains. And what would that be? This is a surprisingly believable story, especially considering the source. So why did he think he needed to hide it from us until now? I intend to drag the reason out of him. You'll regret this, Edgy. Is that a threat, brother? I'm an artist. What do you think I was doing? Sketching in front of the bridge. Sketching? The burning bridge? The burning bridge and everything that came with it. What came with it? You want to hear this from my lips, do you, Edgy? You'll regret the— Ah, good God! Stop! Enough! Just take that ridiculous sketch of yours out already, witness. What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean. That does indeed appear to be the fastest solution. I'll leave it to you, Mr. Edgeworth. What should I do? I've got a terrible feeling that the instant the sketch is revealed, the entire world may be changed by what is depicted there. I say we look at the sketch. Larry, I wonder if you could show us your sketch, please. Edgeworth is so smart. It might be a threat from Larry Butts, which means it's either incredibly dangerous or incredibly harmless. We must look. Well, well, even I couldn't have imagined it turned out like this. Imagine what? That Larry Butts debut would take place here today like this. Ouch! Show it now! Okay, but steel yourselves. This is the world of Larry Butts. Ah! Well, so this is Dusky Bridge, correct? Quite a large bridge, isn't it? Your response, Miss Von Karma? Yes, well, it's a better drawing than I expected. Isn't it? Isn't it? I struggled to reproduce those flames, I really did. Yes, I'm sure you did. So do they think it's good or ass? I'm confused. This is going to get ugly. No one has the courage to bring it up, it seems. This mysterious flying object. Larry... What? The burning bridge is fine. But what is that unfortunate-looking figure? You spotted that. I thought you might. However much I might want to ignore it, I can't. It's Iris, of course. Iris! I wish she'd take better care of herself. We have to plan for our future, you know? What would have happened to her if she had injured herself flying like that? But, Larry, please, answer this next question honestly. Okay. Are you really claiming to have seen this? Are you claiming to have seen the silhouette of the defendant flying over a bridge that was engulfed in flames? Yep, that's what I saw. That's why I drew it. I'm an artist. A real artist. You... high? The girl, she's really high up in this picture. No, that's a very accurate question to ask Larry. Is he high? The answer is probably yes. It's actually a good sketch. I think the issue here is the flying person. What was that for? This is all a bad dream. I was hitting you to check the test of... was hitting you on the check to test the theory. Please whip your own cheek from now on if you wish to test your wild theories. Anyway, no court of law will ever acknowledge that people can fly. Actually, there is some precedent for this. She was flying pretty high, my sweet Iris. She was about 30 feet above the bridge, at least. It was really something to see. This has to be some kind of mistake. Mr. Edgeworth, please bring the witness back down to earth. What? Me? This witness is your friend, is he not? Accessory to the foolishness, Miss Miles Edgeworth. You know, I would get mad at Von Karma, but she's kind of right. Fortunately, I would disagree that Larry would do drugs. That's right, Francisca did have that case where someone flew. Yeah. Let us get back to the cross-examination by force if necessary. Mr. Edgeworth, I expect you to expose the obvious contradiction here. Hello. Yes, Your Honor. Looks like I've got another reason to remember this moron. Well... Hold on, chat. Alright, I'm back. What do you think of my debut piece? Get that thing away from me. Horrible sketch of what he saw the night of the crime. I mean, for a beginner artist, it's not that bad. Now hurry up and cross-examine him. Sketching in front of the bridge. Saw Iris flying with her white hood fluttering. Larry, what did you really see that night? Not that I particularly care. In your position, that's just being irresponsible. I drew exactly what I saw. Give you a whole $1. I'll give you a whole $1 that it's the truth. If that is truly the case, then there is one thing that we can say for certain. What might that be? That the person who flew over the bridge could not have been the defendant Iris. What? What do you mean? I don't understand. A foolhardy folly of a foolish statement by an equally foolishly foolhardy fool. How exactly can you make this claim? Tell us, Larry. According to this picture, the individual whom you say you saw flying was wearing a hood, correct? Of course she was. That rundown shack is quite away from the bridge. The hood is what told me that this floating angel was my Iris. The hood is my darling Iris, and Iris is my darling hood. It seems there are bigger fools in this world than the one at the defense's bench. Larry, there's something you need to be made aware of. On the night of the murder, Iris wasn't wearing her hood. She had given it to Wright as a gift. Are you going to change your story now? Perhaps suggest it was Wright who took flight? What are you talking about? I think you understand what I mean just fine. Why? Why did Nick have Iris's hood? What? Edgy, what's going on with Iris and Nick? I love that Edgeworth just takes the full comments on the chin and ignores them. Yeah. Why you... Nick, you dog! Bro. Shut up. I do believe that this unbelievably mysterious sketch is destined to disappear, discredited, and discarded straight into the garbage. What? Why are you laughing? What is it now, witness? It feels like I've been waiting 25 years for this very day to come. Edgy, today's the day I get to completely stupefy you. What? What is the meaning of your outburst, witness? I hate to have to do this, but I have some definitive evidence. Definitive evidence? Iris did indeed come flying over the burning bridge. And I, Maurice, shall prove it! What, Larry? I didn't expect to ask this again, but we shall be needing your testimony once again. Sus. Tell us everything you know concerning the defendant as depicted in this sketch, and show us your evidence that this nightmare was actually a reality. Okay, I hope you're ready, Edgy, because I'm going to feed you a whopping serving of pain. You've been serving us a whopping serving of pain this whole time, trust me. Proof that Iris flew. Whoa. When I reached Dusky Bridge, she was already gone. I was so worried, so I frantically searched all over for her. That led me to finding a beautiful crystal sphere, half buried in the snow. I'm sure that Iris was simply wearing a spare hood. After all, no one else could have lost a crystal sphere that night. But she did. Not Iris, but the... What's her name? Elise. Elise is the one that lost the sphere, right? Or I guess Sister Bikini could have also lost it. Because she has a sphere, she has a sphere. I think... Because see, this used to have a sphere in it. Yeah. Also, it has blood on it! A crystal sphere? This one. Pretty, isn't it? But finders keepers. That sphere, where did you find it? Probably at the crime scene. Let me see, around here somewhere? Looks about right. And it was half buried in the snow. It had pretty much stopped snowing by then. But there was still some falling as I walked to the bridge. The court accepts this crystal sphere. That's mine, okay? I want it back afterwards. There's something on it. Oh my, it's blood! What? Blood? You ready, Edgy? By tomorrow morning, you'll be calling me Master Larry. Yeah, I like the sound of that. No one's gonna push me around anymore. Didn't you want to be called Loris only a few minutes ago? When I reached Dusky Bridge, she was already gone. So worried, frantically searched all over for her. Led me to finding a beautiful crystal sphere half buried in the snow. Cause Larry's the one... Yeah, Larry's the one that gave us the photo. Hello, fungi. Larry, that night, there was someone who lost a crystal sphere. There was. Who? Who was this stupid idiot? Miss Elise, the mentor to a stupid idiot. The victim? I have a photo of her here. And on the end of her staff, you can see a familiar-looking crystal sphere. Hey, that's my photograph! Give it back! Ouch. A crystal sphere like that is quite easy to find. I have one just like it on my brooch. They look nothing alike. In any case, please take a look at this. This is a victim's staff, found at the scene of the crime. Ah, the crystal sphere. It's gone. What? What? Just what does this mean? If anyone jumped or flew across the bridge that night, it certainly was not Iris. After all, she was not wearing her hood. More importantly, the crystal sphere found at the landing site was not hers either. That means the one who flew and dropped the sphere was the victim, Elise? A fool alongside another fool on a fool's errand to reach a foolish conclusion. First of all, this sketch, which I prefer to call a scribble, is ridiculous. People cannot fly, thus it is rejected. You can't do that, I saw it with my own eyes. And this crystal sphere, this is nothing more than a red herring. You honestly believe that? Give it some thought, and I'm sure you'll realize it as well, Miles Edgeworth. Elise was in her room on the night of the murder. There was no reason for her to go to Dusky Bridge. Therefore, this sphere cannot be related to this case. That is all. Miss Francisca von Karma, the only people who will accept that explanation are scatterbrains and clowns. Why are you pointing at me? The victim's crystal sphere was found near the bridge on the night of her murder. Yet you expect us to believe this has nothing to do with the case. That crystal sphere, it was probably thrown away at the bridge after the murder. After the murder? There is blood on the crystal sphere, isn't there? This naturally suggests that it was thrown away after the murder took place. The killer placed it there to throw the investigation off the scent, which is the exact same reason that he drew that ridiculous sketch. What? You mean I'm the killer? No. All joking aside, just when did this crystal sphere appear near the foot of the bridge? Unless this can be proven in some way, I refuse to believe this is related to the case. She makes a valid point. There is no evidence that Elise left Hazakura Temple that night. However, if somehow this crystal sphere can be proven to have been dropped before the victim was killed, then this case is going to transform into something else entirely. Wait, but it was half buried in the snow. Yeah! That means she would have had to go out before it started pouring down snow. Your response, Mr. Edgeworth? You want your final opinion on the disposition of this crystal sphere. If it is not related to the case, then this witness, who you called, will have been nothing more than a monumental waste of time. Prepare yourself for some very appropriate punishment, Miles Edgeworth. Can I prove it? Can I prove that the crystal sphere was dropped before the murder took place? Yes. Can I prove it? That isn't the issue. To simply prove it, that's the only option. That's what he'd do. That's the way Phoenix Wright would do this. Your Honor, allow me to prove something to you. I will prove that this crystal sphere is a vital link to solving this case. You will do the what? That look in your eyes. You remind me of Phoenix Wright when he is concerned. That should come as no surprise, because right now I am Phoenix Wright, and I am indeed concerned. And I order you to present your evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Evidence that proves that the crystal sphere was indeed dropped before the murder. It's the temple map. Found half covered in snow. Because she doesn't have her staff here. But I guess either one would work. We'll present the photo. This crystal sphere, it was half buried in the snow, correct? That's right. If it hadn't stopped snowing, then it would have been game over. The snow would have totally covered it. And that's all I needed to hear from you, Larry. Your testimony makes one thing quite clear. What? When the crystal sphere was dropped, it was snowing, even if it was ever so slightly. Snowing? On the other hand, let us look at the scene of the murder. As proven earlier today, there is no snow on the victim's body. Ah! Therefore, the crystal sphere must have been dropped before the murder. What? Edgelord is so gay. Concerned. Are you? Justin? Are you sending me to the goddamn corner again? No, I was correcting Frost that they were saying concerned, not... Cornered, not concerned. Oh. I guess I misread it. I'm dyslexic. Order. On the night of the murder, the victim did indeed go to Dusky Bridge. And there, something occurred that caused the staff's crystal sphere to come loose. What could that have been? This sphere, there is some blood on it, isn't there? Allow me to raise a certain possibility at this junction. Alright, hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Loss of blood from stab in the back. Body fell 10 feet. Body fell 10 feet after death. And it stopped snowing at 10:50. That could possibly work. Like, if she went out at, like, 8 or 9, got back, or, like, on her way back she was, like, bludgeoned, then that could fit within the snowing time slot, realistically. The real crime scene was near the foot of Dusky Bridge. The murder didn't take place in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. Only a fool would suggest such a foolish piece of absolute foolishness. Just who is the fool, and which part is so foolish, Miss Von Karma? Have you been paying any attention this whole time, Miles Edgeworth? The sisters saw everything. She saw the victim being killed by the defendant in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. And that's not exactly true, now is it? To put it more precisely, what she saw was the murder weapon being removed from the victim's body. That's the same thing! No, it isn't. You said it yourself. Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of a blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from a body, that would be when the blade is removed. If that statement is the truth, then Dusky Bridge could very easily be the scene of the murder. The murder weapon was not removed, thus there was no bleeding. Are you forgetting one vital thing, Miles Edgeworth? Elise's body was found in Hazakura Temple. On foot, it takes 15 minutes to travel from Dusky Bridge to Hazakura Temple. You mean to suggest someone carried the body all that way? I've made it this far. The only place to take this is to the end. Just need to prove that my version of the event is also perfectly plausible. Now, if the defense is ready, the court would like to have an explanation. Please show us the method by which the victim's body was carried to Hazakura Temple. No. 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 Yes! They walk on the way out. Or wait, no, they walk on the way up, and then this is down there. I think. Present. On that snowy night, there is one way that a body could have been moved. The snowmobile. As we know, the snowmobile was used that night. It was explained as having been used to dispose of the murder weapon. But it could have also been used to carry a body. This is completely unacceptable, Miles Edgeworth. You've dug yourself into your own grave. But it only takes 5 minutes by snowmobile. The only one who could have used the snowmobile was the defendant. She's the one who moved the body. Doesn't that put the final nail in your coffin? You're too late, Franziska von Karma. And in fact, the defense has proven something else entirely. We have shown that this case requires further investigation. What? Where was the victim, Elise, really killed? If her body was moved, whatever for? And finally, just what does this image mean? Do you even need to think about that? Such a creature could never see the truth, let alone describe it. This witness certainly sits on one of the lowest possible branches of humanity. However, he would never utter a lie that could hurt a girl, with whom he is so enamored. He drew this, so it is something that actually happened. The defense stands firm on this point. Edgy, thank you. That settles it then. I cannot give a verdict under these circumstances. Right. I seem to have fulfilled my part in this. It is just as I thought, Franziska von Karma. You make a wonderful partner. Excuse me? There was one reason, and one reason alone, for me being here. To expose the darkness lurking in this case, and then pass it on to Wright. Really? That's what this was all about? You could have just told me that from the very beginning. Then I wouldn't have had Franzi whipping me. Ouch. Miles Edgeworth. I don't care about what you were here to do. This was my chance to finally grind you under my heel. A shame that your chance seems to have slipped you by. What a shame. This is all your fault. Such a terrible witness. Oh my god. He did. I cannot believe that the witness's testimony relates to an actual event. However, there has to be some sort of answer for the questions it raises. Have his words here today been the truth or lies? I demand satisfaction! Murders Larry. Next time we gather in this courtroom, those are the matters that shall be addressed. I am counting on thorough investigations by both the defense and the prosecution. And with this, the rest is up to you, right? Court is now adjourned. Wee. Oh god, no, not Hottie Clinic. Damn it. I'm still up at this hour, reading through the trial record of a certain case. It's the first case my mentor, Mia Fey, had ever handled in a court of law. The horrifying truth that I refuse to accept is holding me hostage here within its pages. Oh, god. I got flashbanged. Dahlia Hawthorne. What have I read? I don't want to believe. What is written here? This isn't the Dahlia I knew. After falling into Eagle River, I was somehow miraculously saved. But I ended up catching a cold that seemed to knock me around the world and back. I feel dizzy, my ears are ringing, my throat burns, and my head is on fire. But I will recover. I have to recover by this afternoon. I have to meet with the most ill-tempered witness imaginable. But I know that he will be able to help me with him somehow. Hey guys, do you think the bridge is okay? Gotta love the Larry abuse from Kinky Whip Lady for real. Ah, so this is when Phoenix Wright went through case 4. Ew, a redhead! That bridge needs some milk. Bro, what it needs is a new fucking foundation. Right, are you sure you're well enough to be doing this? You still look a little green in the face. Or maybe Viridian in artist speak. Actually, my fever has gone down quite a bit. How's your temperature now? Only 102.2 degrees. Nothing to worry about. Brother. Anyway, I read today's trial record. You weren't bad, Edgeworth. Pretty impressive despite the circumstances. We're not in the clear yet. The main point of contention tomorrow is going to be the murder weapon. Yeah. In the end, the Shichishito did not deliver the deadly blow. Which means there must be another sword hiding out there. That we don't know about. Another sword, huh? Don't you worry about a thing, pal. I'll dig up the murder weapon myself, or I'll eat my coat. Thanks again, Edgeworth. I'll handle things from here. That is probably for the best. Actually, I was thinking about paying the old precinct a little visit. There's something I want to look into. And that is our client's background, naturally. You mean Iris, sir? I have the feeling that we've met before. All I want is confirmation, one way or the other. And since I probably won't be getting that from you, I'm sorry, Edgeworth. I bid you adieu, Wright? Take care. Edgeworth, come back! Guess I should get moving too. Why? Do you need to be somewhere? Yeah, I've gotta get to work on this bridge, pal. I'm rigging something up so we can get across to the other side. That's right! Maya's still stuck over at the inner temple! Don't you worry, pal. Soon as it's all set, you'll be the first to know. Thank you, Gumshoe. No problem, pal. Just try not to give me that cough of yours, okay? Alright, I'm off. Hang in there, Maya. We'll get you out. I promise. But in the meantime, I've got to continue collecting evidence. That thing looks like it's ready to collapse. At least more than it did before. According to Bikini, Eagle Mountain is very prone to earthquakes. Which reminds me. My memory serves me correctly. Edgeworth isn't exactly a fan of earthquakes. Yeah, I wonder why. Now, it really is more of a dusty bridge than a dusky bridge. That kidnapping incident happened here 11 years ago, so maybe it's cursed too. Mazakura Temple does not have a single private phone line. And there aren't any houses in the area, so I guess Bikini is the only one who uses it. I really wish I had brought my cell phone with me. And there's a narrow path going off in a different direction on that of the main hall. Looks like someone's taken an effort to write to Heavenly Hall on the signpost. Anything else? Looks like it's about 20 yards to that cliff over there. I can't see the inner temple from here. I really hope Maya's okay. Anything else? Anything? Nope. Looks like no one's here. Larry! Loris! I was sure he'd be hiding here. Guess I'll try again later. I can at least examine. Stuff is really ruining the beautiful atmosphere around here. It's so inappropriate. Like Sister Bikini in a bikini. Ugh. I've got to think of the kittens. This is the famous Eagle River. I got to try out its rough rapids the other night. They say it has a really strong current. They weren't kidding. It's both powerful and fast-flowing. I was dead lucky. I mean, lucky not to be dead. These steps lead up to the foot of Dusky Bridge. Coming down is a cinch, but going back up doesn't look like a walk in the park. I'm starting to understand why rivers always want to flow downstream, not up. Look at this graffiti scrawled right on the front of the shack. At least he managed to get a pretty good likeness. When I really think about it, I guess art kind of suits him. I mean, his very existence is an art. Sorts. The snow is really piled up on the straw roof. It's otherworldly, like something out of a fairy tale. Well, the roof part anyway. The sign says Heavenly Hall. I guess it's pretty fitting. If you spend a night in this little freezing shack, you'll probably find yourself at the pearly gates by morning. Come on, please, it's for art's sake, I swear! There's only one guy I know who could be this persistent and high strung. Talking about the heroine here, the heroine in my book, it'll make you famous! Enough! A fool's fool, fools who foolishly accept the foolishness of a fool's fool. Wouldn't you agree, Phoenix Wright? Huh, me? Wait a second. I know you. You're, ow! Your reflexes and mine need to shape up. My brain's frying like a sunny side up and you want to grill me over a name? Franzi, you can't do that. Even as we speak, Nick's on the brink of death. Or so I'm told. Whip a dead horse. Isn't that one of your American sayings? No, it's not. And I'm not on the brink of anything. Come on, Nick. Tell her, would you? Tell her she needs to model for my new picture book, Franzi's Whippity Whip Trip. What the fuck? Before you ask me to model, learn to give at least a semi-coherent testimony. And before that, you'll have to learn how to live a semi-coherent life, Larry. I don't care what anyone says, I'm telling the truth. I saw what I saw. She flew, I'm telling you. Whoosh, just like that dude with the red underwear. Don't think I'm gonna forgive you guys when you come crawling back to apologize. Off he goes. It's amazing how little has changed with you in the past year, Phoenix Wright. Have you been in Germany all this time? That's right. Extending my perfect wind record, naturally. Oh joy, sounds like she hasn't changed a bit. Has it really been a year since we first met? The prodigy. I see. I gave up a promising career in Germany and came to this country for one sole reason: revenge. Franziska was born and raised in Germany and became a prosecutor at the age of 13. Her father was the legendary prosecutor Manfred von Karma. Fucking crazy-eyed bitch. He had a perfect wind record for 40 long years, but now he is gone from this world. Oh shit, did he die? Don't tell me you still hold a grudge against me. Because of what happened to your father. Phoenix Wright, you will fall before me. This I promise. But it will be for my sake, not my father's. Are we clear? Yes, Crystal. In truth, I was shocked. I came back to America with the intention of defeating you. Instead, it was my little brother who was leading the defense. Edgeworth. Come to think of it, Edgeworth was pulled into being a prosecutor by Manfred von Karma as well. Miles Edgeworth told me something very interesting, you know. He said that this case has a special significance to you. Because it does. And that's precisely why I'm here. Your personal involvement will make crushing you into teensy-weensy pieces all the better. It's probably the fever, but she's so openly hostile that it's almost kind of cute. Ow! No smirking! No whipping the sick! That foolish fool doing such a foolish favor for such a foolishly foolish fool. Edgeworth. Make no mistake, Phoenix Wright. I came here for one thing, and one thing only. To pulverize you. It's not like I thought. It's not like I thought you were here to bring me some cold killer X, you know. I went over the whole case file on the flight over. You read the whole thing? Yes, every last word of every last sentence of every last paragraph. All the ridiculous things you did made it a very interesting read, you know. Attempting to cross a burning bridge? Did you even consider the dangers? No. The only thought in my mind was I have to get across. A fool who doesn't think is more foolish than a fool who foolishly thinks. Gumshoe said he'd let me know once the bridge was prepared. Maya, she's gotta be okay, I just know it. Plus, I need to ask her about what really happened at the Inner Temple that night. I wonder. About this. I refuse to help you, Phoenix Wright. I should have known better than to try. Damn it. What do you say about... Do you say anything? Okay, so she's just not gonna talk to me at all. Okay. Does this mean Francisca might follow us around? Manfred either died in prison or was executed. I love their relationship. You can see the main hall from here. I wonder how the head nun is holding up. Oh wow. Is that an inkling of human kindness I sense? Ow! Do you enjoy causing other people pain with that sharp tongue of yours? It's nothing compared to the pain you cause with that leathery whip of yours. I'd love to know what that thing was used for on the night of the crime. Still thinking small, I see, Phoenix Wright. Or perhaps not at all. That's why you will never defeat me. Sorry to burst your bubble, but I don't ever recall losing to you. It's time for us to settle this once and for all with one final showdown. Looks like she mentally blocked out my victories over her from her memory. This is one impressive gate. Compared to the grandeur of the main gate of the Von Karma estate, it is but a pet door. It looks really idyllic with all that snow on it, don't you think? All that snow? Don't make me laugh. This is but a light dusting where I come from. Don't make things up just because you think I'll never get to see it for myself. It's a quaint little bell tower. I never would have thought that something this horrible was about to happen when Iris rang the lights out bell that night. Okay, I think that's everything here. Yeah. So let me present Maya. Nope. Okay. That was one long sigh. Sister Bikini. My, I didn't know you were here. How are things doing? You don't have to pretend to be in a good mood for my sake. I suppose I've made a terrible mess of things, haven't I? I let Mystic Elise die, and then there's Iris as well. Mystic Elise? When I think about it. There's an acolyte stuck at the Inner Temple. That poor little girl has gone missing, too. That little girl. You don't mean Pearls, do you? Yes, I'm afraid I do. She hasn't been seen since the morning after the incident. Pearls? She's missing? Why didn't anyone tell me about this? I must be getting old. I think I've seriously lost faith in myself. Are you talking about your performance at the trial today? You believe me, don't you? I'm not a liar. I would never lie. I know what I saw. I saw Iris pull that sword from Mystic Elise's body that night. I'm certain of it. At least, I was until this morning. I don't see any psych logs, so she must be telling the truth. So, why are you so unsure of yourself all of a sudden? You know that artist who testified after me? I saw Iris flying, her white hood fluttering. Felt like I might start flying myself. When I saw that man testify so fervently about something so impossible, I started to wonder if I had acted just like him when I was on the witness stand. I wouldn't take that guy too seriously. He's an artist, but all he draws is trouble, and nothing else. All very curious, yeah. If both Bikini and Larry are telling the truth, that can only mean one thing. They both didn't see what they think they saw. On the night of the incident, you met Iris at the Inner Temple. Is that correct? That's right. I'm sure it was Iris. But Iris claimed she was in her room in Hazakura Temple. I knew I shouldn't have come back here that night. But because you did, Maya stuck all by herself at the Inner Temple. I'm so sorry. The drafts in that place are nothing to shake a stick at. Winter is especially bad. Damn. Roasted. I'll bet. Training hall looks like it's about to fall down any second. Ah! Stop it! Eagle Mountain has always been prone to earthquakes, just so you know. Earthquakes? Yes, I wouldn't be surprised if the next big one levels the training hall. We've got to get Maya out of there fast. But still, there's really no need to worry. That area on the other side of Dusky Bridge is isolated like an island. It's like an island? How so? Well, the only thing on that side of the bridge is the Inner Temple. No one lives out there, and it's surrounded on all sides by the river or the forest. I see. So a criminal would be trapped, should they choose to flee in that direction. And as long as the bridge is out of commission, he or she will have to stay there. That means Maya could be stuck out there with the murderer and with no way of escape either. Oh dear. Yes, I suppose it does. Please come shoot, get that bridge up faster. I'm curious about a few things if you don't mind answering some questions. Oh, do you need to know my measurements for your investigation or something? No. I want to know a little more about the victim, Miss Elise. I'm afraid I don't know her waist size. Or her bust size, for that matter. No, I'm wondering why she came to stay in a place like this to begin with. I mean, she told us herself that she wasn't here for spiritual training. My, you make it sound like this place is some sort of dump, Mr. Wright. Mystic Elise was here to soak up the natural beauty of Eagle Mountain, if you must know. There. You did it again, Sister Bikini. I notice you always refer to Miss Elise as Mystic Elise. Oh. Yes, now why is that? After all, she's not here as an acolyte. We address all our visitors as Mystic. It makes their experience feel authentic. And anyway, she's older than me. You must respect your elders, you know? How do you know that? How can you say for sure that she's older than you? You lying bitch! Gosh, damn! Seems Miss Elise is no ordinary visitor after all, and there's Pearls. She was with Miss Elise on the evening of the murder, and now she's vanished. It's all gotta be connected somehow. Why did Pearls have to get mixed up in this mess? Please, Mr. Wright, I know you're worried, but try to keep it together. My head's throbbing so bad it's killing me. She was with Miss Elise on the night of the murder, remember? Yes, but I have a temple to run, you know. I was busy preparing for the training. I didn't see the little darling even once after we'd finished eating dinner. The murder didn't take place right in front of her innocent eyes, did it? According to the detective, she hasn't turned up at her home either. Keep calm. There's one place left where Pearls could be. She just has to be there. Come on, Gumshoe. Tell me you'll be done with the repairs soon. Miss Elise's staff. I definitely remember there being a crystal sphere attached to the staff. I guess Larry eventually found the sphere near the foot of Dusky Bridge, but what's it doing all the way out there? There are a few of these stone lanterns scattered around this courtyard. Without the city glare to compete with, I imagine they would seem a lot brighter. I guess Sister Bikini must light them now, since Iris can't be here. The sword, it's there in Mystic Ami's right hand. But it was proven in court today that it wasn't the murder weapon. Given the design, it must have been used for some pretty gruesome things in the past. The main gate's on the other side of that stone wall. The difference in elevation is almost 10 feet. That's how steep this hillside is. It's also the height the body fell from according to the autopsy. Is it possible that Miss Elise was pushed from the top of the wall? That building up there is the main hall. It was where we were staying. It sits kind of funny because it was built on a steep slope. If you enter from the main gate side, these rooms above me are the ground floor. Apparently Miss Elise was staying in the corner room. I guess that's where she was pushed from that night. They get quite a bit of snow up here on Eagle Mountain. Around here, skis aren't just for fun, they're tools for getting around. But the sled, now that's gotta be for Bikini's own personal entertainment. Anything else? Nope. What was that jarring and considerably loud yell? So this is where you've been keeping nice and warm, I see. Detective, have you finished the bridge? Yeah, I did. I told you I'd let you know. Oh, well. And I'll come along with you and... Sorry, ma'am. No unauthorized entry. Access is restricted to people involved in the case. What was that? I'm involved, aren't I? You couldn't get much more involved than me. Well, yeah, but that's not what it... Ah! It's been a while, Scruffy. It's... Miss... Von Karma! Sister, please leave the investigation to me. My. Well, you certainly seem to have everything under control. I am on your side. I won't do anything you don't want me to. As you work to pin the guilt on Iris. What are you daydreaming about, Phoenix Wright? Ow, that hurts, you know. Silence. I, Francisca von Karma, will personally guide you through your investigation. So you will follow me. She's not seriously going to follow me around, is she? 5 Cyclops. Yeah. Okay, so there's nothing else there. Alright. Well, I think we can end here for now. We shall save. And... Francisca's Companion, ending on a high note. I am really tired, I am hungry, I need to take medicine, there's a lot of stuff going on. Anyways, I hope everyone had a great time. And remember that you are important to someone. Sorry. You are important to someone, so stay alive. Stay frosty.